Evening everyone, hope you had a great weekend. If you would like to join us, visit our website. We have our monthly subscriptions with the live trading that we do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the New York or London session. It depends on the setups that we are looking at. On the live, on the $75, you will have access to all the members area where we do analysis on more than 32 pairs from the weekly, daily and the 4-hour with potential setups and reversal zones and continuation zones. We identify these in our morning sessions. The same package is available for 7-day free trial for $25, but you will not have access to the members area. In the members area, you will have access to most of our recordings and dedicated chat. Hope to see you there. Now for our analysis for this upcoming week. Last week we suggested that there won't be any major moves. This is gonna keep on pushing up. I don't see any major investor investing around these areas before we have a decent correction. I'm talking about a decent correction, at least something back till down here. If not, taking out these lows, taking out these lows that are here before any major pullback. But I see the S&P heading up to 4,000, if not higher. So, but I wouldn't suggest opening anything around here unless we see a decent pullback. It is wisely to trade this pullback if you have a sell setup. But at the time being, this is gonna keep on crawling towards the upside. You might have something like this decently, then continue heading back up. Nothing major is gonna happen. This is gonna keep on going to the upside in this form. UK 100, we identified the buy around here. That was the correction. We spoke about it last week, and that was the breakout of that correction. Any correction towards on lower time frame, towards the downside, take your buy. This is going all the way up there. So this can do the following: correct, and go up. DXY, we should see some strength, or at least a correction on the DXY. It is where we're expecting it to end the week. As we mentioned, most of the majors, they're gonna push towards the upside, as we spoke on the Euro, GU, and most of the pairs. So we should expect something like this, come back down till the 90 area, and then correction, revisiting this area. Almost the same concepts as this one. Okay, we might have it around here, which I doubt, but I see it doing that, then heading back up. I don't suggest you trade this short. Would love to see a buy setup to take it for this week. Euro, same concept. We spoke about it, heading till 121, That's where we ended the week. For the upcoming week, we're looking, you can measure these two legs, and if they respect each other with length, expect one more push up, same length as this one, and then correction, then continuation for the push towards the upside. I think this is gonna go on till the end of the year. That's how the market is gonna move. Not major correction, not major drops that's gonna happen, or sudden strength are gonna happen. At least the first 2 to 3 weeks of December, maybe and the end of the year, we're gonna have some kind of a pullback entering us towards 2021. But for the time being, I'm in no position in any major. The only positions I'm in is cat pairs, so don't expect any nice pullbacks towards the downside like everybody is expecting to trade this pullback down. We might have this pullback going towards here and continuing the uptrend. GU, same concept. Would love to take a sell, but I doubt it's gonna happen. You don't need to trade every wave, you don't need to trade every move. Trade the setup that you're familiar with, trade the setup that you have back tested, trade the setup that's you know the ins and the out, and you know when you're wrong to close your trade. This can retest this area and continue heading up. For GU, I saw a setup. I was discussing it with one of my colleagues on the weekly charts. I would love to discuss it here. Let me make it 2. Let me open this one, crypto, BTC. This one, move it to daily. There you go. So you see this, we're in a downtrend. We were in a downtrend. Let me remove everything from here. Okay, so we were in a downtrend and we are in a downtrend here. Then we pulled up, then we pulled up, then we did a correction, and we did a correction. Now where we are is right here, and that's what we're looking at. You see this pullback and heading back up. This was a correction and this is a correction, but this, according to way I see it, it's a running correction. If you would love to know more about this running corrections, hit us up in our website. This correction on BTC that happened is a running correction that's happening on GU, and we're expecting this move. So this can do the following: come back down and then continue the pump. Same thing as this. So hopefully we can catch this uptrend. They're not gonna make it very simple. They're not gonna make it very easy, especially when most of the retail traders, they're looking for the pullback to buy. They're gonna make it in a way just a sudden drop, like this one that happened here. A sudden drop, but not that big, but a sudden drop and continuation for the uptrend on the 4 hour. Hopefully it made sense and it clicked something that you might trade. I'm looking for this to continue, though this could be the following, right? And then a drop, and we'll buy it from here. Hopefully we will get that. I doubt we will, but hopefully we will get that. If we got that, make sure you're buying that. It will double your account, especially on the pound pair. And if it does what I'm expecting, continuation for the uptrend, you remember when for BTC I used to say keep on buying. On any sudden drop, keep on buying. I will go over it now. The same thing, on any sudden drop, buy it. This is in the uptrend. The dollar is in a downtrend, okay? But the market doesn't move in a straight line. So find a setup that suits the market. The market changes, right? The market, they change the setups, they change the way they move the market. So you have to adapt your analysis, you have to adapt the way you trade with the market, how it's evolving. So anyways, so I'm looking at this one. Hopefully we will get that pullback to look for the buy. If we get the pullback, I will be selling with the strength of the dollar. If not, I will wait for my running flat, for my running correction to finish. We clearly know how to identify it, and we'll be buying, but it's not yet ready to buy. This can very simply do the correction that we're expecting. So hopefully I did not talk a lot. UCAD, I was expecting this down move, but not that much. This is still valid till 127,500 if I'm not mistaken, around these areas. 127,500. It can wick the 127 area. It can wick the 127 area, around these areas. It can wick it and give us a correction. This correction, we're looking at not a major correction to the upside. This correction, we're looking same thing as this one. Same thing for the DXY. Not a major correction that we're expecting. Same thing like this one, and continuation for the downtrend, then another correction or a flat or whatever it is you guys want to name it, and continuation for the downtrend. Dollar is going down, way down. And most traders, they're looking at break of this trend for them to sell. They will break this trend, they will break it, and they will continue heading up. They will do that. They will do that and give you this to the upside. This up move is not yet over. So if it does that, make sure you're buying. And you can target these if you know how to target the liquidity, the retail traders. A psychological view, you can target this, you can trade this and trade the up move. But I'm expecting for this week a down move, then continuation for the uptrend. You can trade wherever setup you're familiar with. Aussie, we said last week they will take off this high, and that's what they did. This can very simply do a correction, not a major correction, just a nice drop, and continue heading up like all the rest of the USD pairs. If we get that, if we get same thing like this one, that would be a decent buy to continue at least the same thing here to the upside. Silver, any correction, buy it, breaking the stop. When we reach the stop, hopefully you bought from this end. When we reach the stop, take some of your profit, pay yourself. It's good to pay yourself most of the time. Gold, same concept. Gold, let me show you this one. What I'm expecting here is the following. something like this towards the upside, these two, and continuation for the uptrend, expecting this same length towards the upside, which will bring us up to around here, and potentially there is a zone around here for us to sell. Most of the institutional traders will be looking for the sell, but this sell can be just a drop and continuation for the uptrend, but for the time being you should be in a buy till up here. When we reach here, you take some profit and wait for this. If it continues like this, then you're already in. That would be your second position. If it makes that nice drop, we'll identify this drop later on during the week. We will be looking for our buys around here. Oil, I have a beautiful setup around the 40-50 area. We identify our buy from here, our buy from here, and our buy from here. I do not suggest looking for a buy here, but if you did, good for you. This is going towards the 49-50 area. When it reaches the 50 area, 49-50 area, make sure you pay yourself, because either we're gonna have a beautiful drop or at least a correction, correcting this trend. How far this down move is gonna happen, we'll know how it's moving and when it's moving and what's the reason of it to move. But make sure you close your long trade on oil or pay yourself on oil around the $49-50 cap. So watch this zone for a nice sell. UJ been saying stay away from this pair, but a lot of you guys love to trade it. What we're having here, you see this red line, we're still in a downtrend. This major correction is not yet over. So what we're having here is a correction, one more taking up the high, and then continuing for the downtrend. Keep in mind, that's one setup. Keep in mind, this can do the following. This can do the following and continue the down move. If it does that, make sure to watch this to look for your buys. If it does that, if it does a correction here and drop. But if it does if it does that, taking out this high, this is heading down till the 100 areas, at least to these areas, to complete this whole correction. It can go lower than this, but we day trade. So these two setups we're looking at. JJ, we might and most likely we will hit the stop. These highs were taken out, and if we do the following, come back inside here, this is doing a correction, taking out these lows. If it doesn't do that, this is gonna continue heading up the same way most of the market is doing, to the upside, taking out this high before any major correction to the downside. So I don't know what's your risk appetite, but these are the two scenarios that I'm looking at. I will repeat them. If it comes underneath here on any correction or any institutional setup, take your sell towards these areas. If it comes and breaks that, continue the top, this is heading all the way up. Just look for your buys. On any dip, on any correction, look for your buy. We enter into the crypto world. Crypto world been saying, BTC, look for your buys, look for your buys, look for your buys. I closed my buy around 18,250. I'm not holding any position on any crypto trade. I have some coins, but the following, what we're looking at, most of the traders, they're looking for something they call a triangle, and this can do this and head up, and that's what most of the traders are looking at. Or it can do the following, break the top and then reverse. From my own point of view, no matter what's happening around here, watch the 22 area. Watch the 22 area for a major correction. If it breaks the top, do not buy here. The only way for you to enter this massive move, and Bitcoin will go up higher. Anyway, we enter to this massive move to the upside is when we see this major drop, when clearing most of the accounts out. ETH, I posted on my website and to most of my traders, I'm looking at a 200 drop. But this 200 drop, I would love it to see it taking this high and coming down to around till the $450, completing a setup that I'm familiar with. Then I would be looking for the uptrend. So wait for these. If you want to day trade, don't get caught in this up move. If it continues without you, just let it be. There's always a trade on lower time frame after it confirms this, because this can do the following and just all of a sudden you see it drops. You don't want to be caught in that. Wait for it to come down here around the $450. If it falls break, it's coming down till the $450 area. Then look for your buys. XRP, I'm looking the same concept, but more of a steady move. This can do that and then drop, same thing as this, and continue the uptrend. As I said, XRP is more a healthy trend that's happening more than the rest of the crypto. For some kind of reason, that's how I see it. Its swings are decent and they make sense. Or it can continue the drop, retest this area, then you can look for your buys. If you are not in, wait for it to come down here, or it does the following on higher time frame I'll show you a shape. It does the following: retest the $1 and then comes back down, same concept as this one, then you can trade it to the upside for a swing trade. But where we are here, this can do the following and the following, so you don't want to be cut here. As I said at the beginning of this recording and live session, you don't need to trade every wave, every move. Trade a specific setup that you're familiar with, a specific setup that you know the ins and the out, a strategy that you have back tested 1,000 times. One strategy back tested 1,000 times. You know the ins and the out of it. Copper, if you would like me to check any crypto chart, please post them in the chat and I will check them later on. Copper, mentioned it last week, somebody asked for it. We're still looking for the buy, we're still looking for the buy. On any pullback, look for your buys. Around here, we're around here, said this is a decent buy to look for it. It's similar to this one around here. So now what we'd be looking at for copper, who loves to trade it, you see this drop expected to happen. There's a way to measure that and look for exact move to the upside for you to trade according to your risk to reward. Thank you guys. Natural gas, watch the 2.3 2.250 area for a nice buy to the upside. How far this buy can go, same concepts as this one. Maybe to the top here or break it to the upside. But that would be a decent buy. That would be us covering most of our pairs. Hopefully I explained myself as much as I can. If you have any questions, please hit us up in the chat. We have a community chat for everyone can join. It's a Telegram chat. We're starting to work on our Discord channel. It's in progress. We'll see how far it will go. You're welcome, Michael. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and press the like button. Neil, you said Euro GPY, Euro Pound. The thing for Euro Pound, it was in our watch list. I took it out because we have too many possibilities around here. One possibility is this is over and we're entering into a correction. Now if you measure and work with fibs, this correction should be over and we should head down, but we can have the following and one more up. This is a confirmed trade too, so that's why I took it out, because we have multiple confirmation for the same pair. In this situation, you want to trade the highest probability trade for you to be successful, right? So you have to find the highest probability trades. You don't need to be right or wrong. just the highest probability. If you have multiple confirmations for a sell and a buy, why you want to gamble? Just leave it alone. That's my own point of view. Maybe somebody would see something else and trade it. It's not wrong, but that's how I see it. This can head up or it can continue for something like this. So it's not clear, so we'll wait for it to form a setup that we are familiar with, then we'll be interested in. I would like to share a trade that I am eyeing on the yen pair on the weekly, if I'm not mistaken. You know what? Just 1 second. Where is it? This one. 1 second, guys. It's a beautiful trade. Would love to point it out. Please confirm that you can see my screen with the CAD yen. Yes? Perfect. At the weekly, watch this. The 82, 500. I have multiple confirmations around these areas, expecting this wave for the upcoming week. Then I'm interested to swing trade, or you want to position trade for this. To head all the way down, breaking these lows. Keep an eye on this one. Let it break, let it reach the 82, 500 zone. Form a sell setup, and you can sell it. Please do not sell blindly, because we said sell blindly. Trading Shape said sell blindly. Just be careful and do your own analysis on this pair. But that's a beautiful trade I'm eyeing on. I have multiple trades that I'm looking on, which is the oil, the CAD yen, Euro CAD we're already in, and NCAD we are already in. So if you would like to join us and have these beautiful trades, please check our website and our community channel, where we discuss and we share our ideas. Hopefully to see you there. Please don't forget to press the like and subscribe. Have a beautiful week and trade safe.